What's going on, folks? So today I'm going to be checking out a band called StormRacer, and the name of the song is Hail to the King. I'm not sure if that's an Army of Darkness reference or not, but I dig it. And I believe this is the debut single released from this band. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is, if not the debut single, the very early single or what have you from this band. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. Not 100% sure what to expect, but yeah, there's only one way to find out. Rangers, go.
You took my heart one last time.
interesting. Yeah, kind of bizarre. The little ending part. Yeah, I thought it was kind of over a couple times. It almost had like a unnatural sort of like stop and then kind of keep going feel about it. It just didn't quite vibe in my opinion. It just was a little bit jarring, and I don't know. It wasn't like I said, it just didn't quite feel natural and smooth the way it kind of stopped and then kind of kept going. It just really felt like it was over a couple times, and then all of a sudden it kind of keeps going a little bit, and then I definitely thought it was over, and then you get that last "Hail to the King" part and all that. But yeah, very interesting the way that it went there towards the end, and just kind of an interesting song in general. But I mean, first and foremost, I got to address the elephant in the room, and the production is definitely lacking. But it's difficult to pick on that when it's not easy to have like great recording equipment and have access to really nice mixing and mastering and all of that good stuff. And I just always admire when a band, with what they have at their disposal, you just want to make some music and just release some music. So I never tried to pick too hard on production quality, but here it definitely hurts the song a bit. It would have been nice to have a more polished recording and production and all of that good stuff. I feel like, sometimes you can still get the essence of a song, even if the production quality isn't the greatest. But sometimes the lack of production quality really hurts the song. And I think it's that in this case, where it does more harm than any potential good to the song. But despite that, and just looking at the song itself, but before I get into that, I also have to pick on one other thing that y'all know by now if you watch a lot of my videos. There was quite a few spelling errors I noticed in the lyrics on the lyric video, and that, man, I don't know what it is, but I can't help myself but notice those things. And in a lyric video, and I've said this many times before on other lyric videos, you gotta be careful when you're doing the lyric video. I mean, review it before you release it, because spelling errors in there, it just doesn't look good, And so it just really, really, really review, before releasing a lyric video, and make sure all of the lyrics are spelled correctly, and the words and all that are spelled correctly. And I mean, it just drives me a little bonkers when I see that. So yes, be very, very careful when you release lyric videos, folks. Review it, and review it. And when you thought you've reviewed it enough, review it again. Make sure everything looks right. But anywho, interesting the way that the song started out, very kind of atmospheric and all of that. The build-up was kind of neat, and it was just kind of setting the stage, and it was interesting. And then it kind of kicks off, and I liked some of the guitar portions in this song. It was kind of cool. In a lot of spots, it was just kind of resonating in the background a little bit. There wasn't too much going on with the guitars, but there were spots where I thought there was some cool guitar work. And I get the approach to the song. It definitely is meant to have a sort of atmospheric, kind of ethereal kind of quality. And it does for the most part, but that's another area where I feel like the production hurts it, where it just doesn't sound like all the layers of the instruments and the vocals and everything don't sound nicely, finely tuned and really complementing each other and all that. It definitely feels like there's just different tracks that aren't layered in such a way to where it just creates the complete whole, or the complete nice, full, and rich sound. It just sounds a little disjointed. You can clearly hear the different tracks instead of them all kind of interweaving nicely to create, a nice sound. And, I like the approach that the song has to have that sort of atmospheric, ethereal vibe, but it just gets a little bit lost in the production. But anywho, yeah, some of the guitar work was kind of cool. I like some of the little riffs in there. There was some nice little things with the guitar, but in a lot of spots it just felt a little empty. The vocals, again, the vocals they sounded nice. They worked with the song, but they didn't sound like crystal clear, which again is in the production. I keep going back to that, even though I say I try not to nitpick on production too much. But I just really feel like it hurts this song, uh, especially with just the lack of polish in the sound itself, and even in the vocals, sounds very raw. But yeah, she's got a good voice, and she shows off some decent range. And it works for the approach of the song. I like some of the melodies in there, like in the chorus and stuff. It really kind of started growing on me quite a bit. So yeah, I like the vocal melodies for the most part. They worked, and one thing I think would have really helped though is in the chorus, really get some nice keyboards going. Like I know there was some like keyboard work throughout the song in certain spots. You could hear it more than others, but in the chorus, I really feel like a nice, bit of keyboards in there to be a little bit more prominent, to really kind of push the chorus, higher. Really help it stand out from the song, and really give it kind of an oomph. Really give it a little bit of a epic feel to it. Really kind of just create a sound, a nice backing sound with the keyboards kind of surrounding the chorus and just lifting it a little bit higher, because you have like the guitar kind of resonating and stuff, and you have this nice melody with these nice high female vocals, and just a nice richness in the keyboard, some nice tones, just to really push it higher and really help it land a bit better, because I do like the chorus. I definitely think there's something there, but it just needs a little something extra to really kind of push it in the forefront, and make it sound, really pull you in, and just give it a bit more of a grand sound to it. I think that would have helped a lot. And then it was interesting too, where it just, I kind of thought the song was ended, but then it kind of starts going, and it starts like ramping up and ramping up, and the delivery of the vocals gets a bit more, heavy, like a lot more punchy, and even the lyrics get a bit darker, and I thought that was kind of cool, that build up. I really like that, and again, it's a little rough around the edges, but I like the idea of that. I thought it was kind of cool. But then that kind of stops, and then you get that last "Hail to the King," which I just felt like you could have done without that. I thought it would have been kind of cool just ending with that kind of aggressive sort of build-up that just, it keeps mounting, and then, if it just kind of ended on that, it just been like kind of cool, like, wow, man, he's got this kind of, like I said, aggressive kind of dark build-up that, kind of just hits you in the gut as it ends. But then you get that last like "Hail to the King," which just fell a little flat for me, and especially that last that king, that scream sort of with the vocals, it just didn't sound quite right. And I don't know, like I said, that last "Hail to the King," I would just kind of do away with that. I think that's unnecessary, and I like the idea of it ending on that last kind of the dark buildup. So I think that would have been really cool. So yeah, I like the approach of that. I like the chorus. I like the vocal melody. I like what they were going for. But at the end of the day, it's very rough around the edges. Even disregarding the production quality, even just some of the music, the instrumentation, it could have been filled out a bit more to give it a more full, rich sound, and really make it more impactful, especially there in the chorus. Really add some keys or something to push it above and beyond. And, it's a very interesting song. It's somewhat eclectic. And like I said, I like what they were going for. But as a whole, it really just kind of falls flat. It just really needs some TLC. But with further revisions, kind of tweaking some things, trying to polish up the production quality, the recording a little bit. But even despite that, it just tweaking some of the instrumentation, filling it out a little bit more. Tweaking some spots in the structure and the songwriting to make it flow a little bit better. I think could really do something to this song. So as it stands, really, really, really rough around the edges, and it just doesn't work. It really just doesn't land right, So it needs a lot of TLC. But with that, at its core, I think there's something. So I'll kind of leave it at that. But at the end of the day, it really is just a little too rough. A little too rough. So, anywho, that's my thoughts on that. Let me know in the comments down below, folks. What do you think of this song? I'm very curious to see, this band kind of evolve, kind of see how their songs evolve, how their sound evolves. And, we're kind of here in the ground floor with this. And so it's always interesting to see bands kind of start out and see how they grow. So we'll see. Time will tell. But I would love to see kind of this song revisited, but tweaked and all of that good stuff. See what they could do with it. But yeah, anywho, that's my thoughts on that. Let me know in the comments down below, folks. What you think of this? And I'll catch you all next time. Ranger out.